Can anyone tell me what you have discussed in last class? Okay, let us wait for 2 or 3 more minutes. Only 9 have joined.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, previous class la attendance absent ఇస్తున్నారు.
ఎవరికి నీకా?
lateral entry 307 పిన్ నెంబర్ నాకు తెలియదు సార్ నాది.
లేదు మార్క్ చేసిన నేను ఆల్రెడీ.
సార్ అది ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ నోట్స్ ఎలా చదవగలరు?
నోట్స్ అంటే పీడిఎఫ్ చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి ఒకసారి మరి పీపీటీది.
ఇందులో ఉంటుందా సార్? యాప్ ఉంటుందా సార్?
ఫైల్స్ అనే ఆప్షన్ చూపిస్తా. ఇన్ టీమ్స్ ఫైల్స్ లో అనలాగ్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ and here this is unit 1 notes, complete notes. Written notes is there followed by ppt.
How can we get PDF, sir?
Sorry,
What you explained about last class, how can we get PDF?
this is unit 2. You can download this pdf and better try to go through it. At the same time I'll upload the written note also. I'm getting my okay. Shall we start? Only 17 have joined. Where is rule number 14? Can you tell me what you have revised in last class?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
CB configuration and CE configuration.
Okay. Have you understood that concept or any doubt with that?
Sir, can you explain once again?
Once again. Okay. So Nitin, can you explain me about transistor? Roll number 4.
Hello,
Yes, Nitin.
sir. Sir, wait two. I'm
Okay.
having some.
Or will say anyone. What is meant by transistor and what are the all concepts that we have seen? Just I'll write the overview here. So tell me if there are any doubts.
Transferring signal from low to high.
Okay, it is called as transistor. Next, what are the equations that we got under working of a transistor? What is N and what is 1 minus alpha into N? Yes, can anyone explain me how I got these 3 terms?
1
What is
minus
this?
alpha into N is recombination rate.
Okay, it is nothing but recombination rate. What is the overall expression that we got? IC. That is the overall collector current after forward biased and reverse biased. When junction is J1, J2, if this is forward biased and if this is reverse biased, what will happen? In which region it will operate? If J1 is forward biased and J2 is reverse
Amplifier.
biased, yes, it works as an amplifier. And it will work in active mode. Active region or active mode, anything is okay. And tell me the expression. Overall IC. IC is equal to
IE plus IB.
Alpha E plus.
okay. This is also correct only. That is KCL. Emitter current is equal to collector plus base. But I'm asking overall expression. So alpha IE.
Alpha E plus IC B naught.
IC B naught. What is this IC B naught? IC B naught is called as yes,
leakage current.
Leakage current.
It is called as leakage current. So here CB stands for
Collector base.
okay. It is called as collector base. And what does this O stands for? CB naught. O stands for open circuit. Okay. And when do we get this leakage current? During forward biased or reverse biased?
Reverse bias.
Okay, when it is reverse biased. And it is because of majority charge carriers or minority?
Minority.
This is because of minority. And what are the other? Suppose if both are forward biased. It is
Forward bias on.
on. So it is called
Saturation.
saturation. Next, if both are reverse biased.
Cut off. It is
Okay,
off.
if both are reverse biased, it is cut off. And definition of transistor, transferring of resistance, I mean transferring of signal from
low to high.
That's from low to high. And what is the resistance in when depletion region is very less? Yes. What is the value? R is equal to
0.
0. This is R is equal to
Alpha.
infinite.
Infinity.
So we have seen all this. And next, what is meant by biased and unbiased? Biased transistor and
Biased
unbiased.
is adding external
Adding
potential.
external potential.
Okay. And unbiased?
No external
Not
potential
no
is
No
exerted.
external potential. And how depletion regions are found? Without any external potential, how I am getting depletion regions?
By
By which concept?
charging.
By charge gradient. What is charge gradient? Charge gradient. From high concentration region to
Lower concentration.
low concentration region is called as charge gradient. And because of this majority carriers, which current will I get? The current because of majority charge
current.
carriers. Yes, it is
Diffusion current.
Next, because of minority,
Drift.
I'll get drift current. So these are some of the basics which we have already seen in unit number 1 also. Next, under biased, I will consider only NPN. Why not PNP? Why NPN is better than PNP? What is the reason?
Electrons are
more than holes.
Electrons are more than holes, which can be written in something like this. Mobility of N-type is more compared to mobility of P-type. Mobility is nothing but moment. Okay, so we are done with this concept also. Next, what you have seen, we know the working of PNP and NPN. Now next, configurations. Tell me what are the configurations that you have seen?
Common base, common emitter,
Okay, we have seen common base.
Common
Next is
emitter.
common emitter. What is the amplification factor in common base?
IC by IE, alpha.
So alpha. Next, for common emitter.
Beta.
Okay, what is the name for alpha? It is called as
Current gain or
current gain or current amplification factor. What is meant by gain?
Output by input.
output by input.
Recombination rate.
This is nothing but amplification factor. Next, what about beta?
Transport factor.
Transport.
Good. It is transport factor. Okay, now we shall write the differences between input and output characteristics for CB and CE simultaneously, so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now, next, what is input current in common base configuration?
IC.
IE.
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 IE. And input voltage?
EBE.
EBE. Next, I'm getting some
Input
noise.
is AC.
Next, what is output current?
IC.
Okay, next, output voltage?
PCB.
CB. Next, in common emitter, you tell me now. Input current is? Common emitter means emitter is connected to ground. So there is no
IB.
value for IE. Okay, so it is IB. Next,
IB.
VBE.
EBE.
Okay, next,
IC.
IC.
output current is IC and output voltage is?
VC.
VC.
Okay, so I got all the inputs and output currents. Now, suppose if I want to plot input characteristics, I want the relation for input characteristics. How will you plot input characteristics? You need to consider these two factors followed by output voltage or current. So input characteristics is nothing but it will give the relationship between input current versus input voltage for different values of VCB. This is input characteristic. Suppose if it is output, what happened suddenly? Yes. How to plot output characteristics? It is simply
Current.
IC versus VCB
Current.
for different values of current. So which current should I consider? Should I consider IC or IE?
IC.
IE.
EB.
Simple. This is the notation you need to follow. First, suppose if it is for input, you need to consider these two terms followed by VCB. Suppose if it is output characteristics, you need to consider output current and output voltage for different values of input current. Now you tell me for a common emitter. Suppose if I want to plot input characteristics relation. Rule number 25. Or else Saujanya, can you tell me the input characteristics? How should I plot for common emitter configuration? Rule number 14.
Yes, sir.
Is how to plot input characteristics and a common emitter. You need to consider input
IB.
Input current.
IB.
IB versus VBE.
VE.
PPE for the different value of VCE.
That's it. So this is 1, 1, and this is 1. Next, suppose if I want for output.
IC.
IC
versus VCE
VCE.
Okay,
for different values of IB.
that's it. So these are nothing but for output characteristics. So simple concept. If you are plotting input characteristics, it will be with respect to output voltage. Suppose if it is output characteristics, you need to plot for different values of input current. So we have seen till here. And what are the relations that you got? What is alpha, what is beta, and what is beta plus 1? Beta is equal to
Alpha.
alpha by 1 minus alpha. This is the relation I got, I think. Next, if it is beta
Yes.
plus 1, 1 by?
1 by 1 minus
1
alpha.
by 1
minus alpha.
minus alpha.
Okay, what is the end expression for common base?
I
Output IC is equal to?
IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICB naught.
ICB not. Next, for common emitter configuration, you tell me.
IC is equals to beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICB naught.
1 plus beta ICB naught. And can I replace this 1 plus beta into ICB naught with ICE naught?
Yes.
So this is the final expression. IC is equal to beta IB plus ICE naught. So these are the two end expressions which I got under common base and common emitter configuration. So simple term, the amplification factor in common base is alpha, and if it is common emitter, it is beta. So let us continue with the next configuration. So we have seen all this, and this is an important concept. Can anyone explain me about base width modulation? What is meant by base width modulation?
The depletion layer is major in base because it is lightly doped. And WB is equal to W plus W effective.
Okay,
As W increases, W effective decreases.
right. Next.
IE increases. as
Hence, if
W-
W effective decreases, recombination rate also.
Correct. Recombination rate is decreasing. Then
Current IE increases.
why? Because it directly enters into IC as there is no recombination rate. I mean, there will be a bit less amount of recombination rate compared to other cases. So this is important for short. So base width modulation means simply it is because of reverse bias or forward bias.
Reverse
Reverse bias simply depends upon VCB. If VCB is increased, this width is increasing. If this width is increasing, W effective is decreasing.
decrease.
Okay, because of which, if W effective is decreasing, then obviously recombination rate will decrease. If recombination rate will decrease, then obviously IE will enter directly into
increases.
collector part,
Increase.
which is nothing but IE is increasing.
Yes.
This is a very important question. Hurley effect or base width modulation. And anyone confused with this input and output characteristics? Do you want me to explain once again? Yes, guys. If you are having any doubts, please let me know so that I'll try to explain once again.
Sir, input and output characteristics of common emitter configuration. Can you once repeat?
Okay, common emitter. Input characteristics of common emitter configuration. So what is the meaning of common emitter?
Emitter is grounded.
Emitter is grounded. So suppose if I want to plot input characteristics, what is input current here? IB.
IB.
And what about input voltage? It is VBE or VEB?
VBE.
It is VBE.
VBE.
So I need to plot the characteristics for VB, VBE plus IB for different values of what is output voltage?
VCE.
Okay, for different values of output voltage VCE. So that's what I've taken here. It is for IB. Generally, IB current will be in microamperes, whereas emitter current or collector current, it will be in the range of milliamperes. Okay, this is the change. IB is nothing but it will be in the range of microamperes. Why? Because it is very thin. So obviously current will also be very less. So in order to plot the input characteristics, I will taking IB versus VBE for different values of VCE. Okay, clear till this point?
Sir.
And
Yes, sir.
how should I write VCE? Suppose if I take VCE, it is from the top to bottom. Okay, so I'm writing VCE is equal to, see this there will be amount of voltage between C and B, so that's why it will be VCB plus
VBE.
VBE. This concept is same like this. Suppose if I want entire width, WB is nothing but W plus W effective, right? So in this
W
manner only,
effective.
I'm writing for this one also. Suppose if I want the entire voltage from collector to emitter, this is nothing but summation of VCB plus VBE. So this is the important notation here. Okay, VC is nothing but VCB plus VBE. Here VCB is generally present at junction J2, right? And what about VBE? VBE,
J1.
it is for junction J1, this is for junction J2. Now you see here, the characteristics are between input current and input voltage for different values of VCE. See here, VCE is 0. What is the meaning here? How I got? VCE is equal to 0. If it is, what will happen? Suppose if VCE is 10 volt and if it is 20 volt, then what is happening? Go to the relations. See here. Under common emitter configuration, this is the diagram. So common emitter configuration is nothing but it is current amplifier, which is nothing but beta. Here emitter is connected to ground, and I'm considering the entire voltage from collector to emitter is nothing but VCB plus VBE. And I know all these input currents, input voltage followed by output current and output voltage. Now I got this relation. So this is the default relations which you know by KCL at the node. Okay. Next, the entire output current IC is nothing but alpha IE plus ICB naught. Here CB stands for common base, whereas O stands for input is open. Now, but I'm dealing with common emitter, right? So here the factor is beta. So I want to convert this alpha into beta. So what is the relation that you know? Emitter is something which is collector plus base. So I'm doing like this. So IC is equal to alpha into collector plus base plus ICB naught. And you take the common factor here. It is 1 minus. What will I get? 1 minus alpha is equal to alpha IB plus ICB naught. And once if I solve, I see something which is alpha by 1 minus alpha into IB plus 1 by 1 minus alpha into ICB naught. And I'm assuming this factor alpha by 1 minus alpha is something which is beta. This factor is beta plus 1.
1.
So IC is equal to beta IB plus beta plus 1 into ICB naught. And what is the end expression? I should replace beta plus 1 into ICB naught with
ICE naught.
ICE naught.
That's it. This is a change. So finally I got IC is equal to beta IB plus ICE naught. So what do you know about the range of alpha? Range of alpha.
0.
95% and 98%.
Simply 0.95 to 0.98.
98.
Now I got the relationship between alpha and beta. You see here, beta is something which is alpha by 1 minus alpha from here. So you try to substitute in this. So once in case number 1, I'm substituting 0.95 and next I'm substituting 0.98 so that I'll get the range of beta. So generally the range of beta will be in the range of 50 to 400. So this is the range of beta. Next what I did, see this here alpha is nothing but CB current gain, and I got the range of beta is something which is in the range of 50 to 400. This is the final expression which I got. Simply I've replaced this 1 plus beta into ICB naught with ICE naught. Okay, you are clear up to this point. Now tell me where you are getting this doubt. I mean, what is happening in this characteristics? So generally I know that input characteristics is plot between input current and voltage. So the major focus should be on VCE. see here, VCE. Here VCE can be written as VCB plus VBE. So VCB is something which is reverse biased. Okay. Again, the early effect comes into the picture. Early effect only depends upon VCB. Okay, that is the voltage that is applied at junction J2. Now again, you tell me what will happen if VCB is increased. Yes, anyone? If VCB is increased, what will happen?
IE also increases.
Simply if VCB increases, IE increases. Why?
The recombination rate should be less, so IE also increases.
So IE also increases. Again, the same concept which we have seen under early effect only. Okay. So you have plotted the graph for different values of VCE. And you tell me why this graph is moving to the right hand side, why not left hand side? If I'm increasing VCE, why it is moving towards right? Why not left? If it is moving towards left, it is nothing but increase in IE. Okay. Suppose if it is moving towards right hand side, this is nothing but decrease in IB. Why IB is decreasing in case of common emitter configuration? What is the reason behind?
So due to early effect, when VCB increases, IE increases, and
Okay.
respectively IB decreases.
That's it. That is the answer for this. Clear? In common base configuration, we are considering that IE is increasing, whereas in case of common emitter, IB, I'm considering the graph for IB. So as you have told that IB is decreasing. Why? Because recombination rate is very less. That's why as voltage is increased, this graph is moving towards right hand side. That's why with the increase in voltage for different values, the graph is moving towards right hand side. Whereas you see this graph now. See here. Here I'm dealing with IE, not IB. Because of early effect, IE will increase for different values of VCB. See here now. For different values of VCB, the graph is moving towards left hand side. I mean, this is nothing but increase in emitter current IE. Clear with the two concepts now? Simply depends upon early effect only.
Yes, sir.
So this is what happened here. I'm considering with IB. That's why the graph is moving towards right hand side for different values of VCE. Any more doubts apart from this? So we have seen all these parameters for common emitter configuration. Suppose if it is input resistance means R is equal to V by I. R is equal to V by I. Input voltage for this is? What is the input voltage? VBE by input current is nothing but IB. So please make a note of this relations also, because further I'll try to give some problems based on these relations. So it is simply called as dynamic input resistance. Suppose if it is output resistance, check this loop number 2. So again R is equal to V by I. What is output voltage in this?
VCE.
VCE. What is output current?
IC.
IC. That's it. And current gain. Here beta is nothing but output by input. I mean output current by input current. So output current is IC, input current is IB. So that's why I got IC by IB. So these three factors are important for both common base and common emitter. Now the next concept is CC configuration. So Samyukta, can you try to explain me this concept now?
Yes, sir, I'll try.
You try. I'll help if you are wrong, I'll help.
The input current is IB
Okay.
and the output current is IE.
Right. Next.
Input voltage is VBB.
VBB or VBC?
VBC.
Okay. For different values of, supposed to plot input characteristics. IB versus VBC for different values of
V
Voltage.
VCE. Okay. Suppose if you want to write this as VEC, just you take a minus symbol. Okay.
Yes,
Anything is okay. Right. Next, how I got this? This is important here. VCE is something I'm writing as VBE plus VBC. How I got this?
This
So
total
VC,
voltage.
that's it. So total voltage VC is nothing but summation of these two parts, VBE plus VBC. And however, you know this relation from common base configuration only. IC is equal to alpha IE. And what about this point? This is range of alpha. And here change is output characteristics of CE and output characteristics of CC are same. So there is no need for you to worry about output characteristics. So simply you concentrate only on input characteristics. And what is this factor? I'm saying that beta is called as transport factor. Then what about this gamma? It is called as
emitter injection
emitter
efficiency.
injection efficiency, or it can also be called as current amplification factor. Current amplification factor is common. Why? Because however, we will get output current by input current. So that's why output by input is something which we call as amplification factor. Yes, Samyukta, you try to explain me this derivation. What I did.
IE is equal to IC plus IB. We have got from Kirchhoff's current law.
Correct.
And we know IC is equal to alpha IE plus IC B naught.
Okay.
So current IE varies as IB.
Here, what is the relation that I should get? It is common collector. So there won't be any collector current. So the relation should be between IB and IE. So in the same manner, you need to solve this. You tell me now, what should I do? I want relation only in terms of IB and IE. IC should be eliminated.
IC we already know it is alpha IE plus IC B naught. So we
Okay.
substitute IC is equal to alpha IE plus IC B naught, and IB is as usual.
Okay. Next.
Then
It is taken left side. 1 minus alpha into IE.
IE will move to left side. So simply if I take IE as common, I'll get 1 minus alpha is equal to IC B naught plus IB.
IB.
Next. I want
IE is
only IE. So it can be written as 1 by 1 minus alpha into
IB.
IB B naught plus 1 by 1 minus alpha into IE.
alpha IC B naught.
Okay. What is 1 by 1 minus alpha?
Beta plus 1.
This is beta plus 1, which can also be written as gamma. So this is the overall relation between alpha, beta and gamma. So 1 by 1 minus alpha is nothing but beta plus 1. Now what I'm doing is I'm writing this beta plus 1 as gamma. So that's why I substituted it here. So the end expression that I'll get is IE is equal to gamma IB plus gamma ICB naught.
Sir, if we can write beta plus 1 as gamma, and common emitter also we can write it as gamma.
Yes, you can write. But what is our intention? It is common collector. So in order to differentiate for common collector, I'll write as gamma. Suppose if it is common emitter, I should write as beta plus 1. If it is CB, I should write as alpha. So this is important while solving problem. He'll try to ask you to explain the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma. So this is the overall relation between alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. Clear with this equation, or else do you want me to solve once again? Others? Only 2 or 3 are responding. You want me to solve?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is common collector configuration. If it is common collector configuration, I should ground collector. So I'm considering NPN transistor. So this is emitter, this is base, this is collector. So the direct P2N. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to forward bias this. As this P type, this is positive and negative. Okay. Next, this should be reverse biased. So N is connected to positive and negative. So I'm considering this voltage as VBB, this as VEE. and the voltage present between this point to this point is something which is VBC. And here
C.
this is VEC. VEC. Okay. Next. Suppose if I apply KCL at this point, I'll get IE is equal to IB plus IC. This is the equation number 1. And what is the end relation that I know is IC is equal to alpha IE plus IC B naught. This is the second equation. Now, what is my intention? This is common collector. So there won't be IC value. So the relation will be in the range of IE and IB. So I'm writing IE is equal to IB plus IC. Instead of IC, I'm substituting 2. So this can be done as alpha IE plus IC B naught. So here IC is equal to IB plus alpha IE plus IC B naught. I'm moving this term towards left hand side so that IE minus alpha into IE is equal to IB plus IC B naught. Next, I'm taking IE as common so that this will be 1 by 1 minus alpha, which is IB plus IC B naught. So overall expression will look something like this: 1 by 1 minus alpha into IB plus 1 by 1 minus alpha into IC B naught. Now the relation is very important. So beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha and alpha is equal to beta by, no need of this relation till now. So only beta relation is enough. So beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. Suppose if I add plus 1 to this, I'll get 1 by 1 minus alpha. Okay. So I can write beta plus 1 as gamma, or else 1 by 1 minus alpha as gamma. So from this, IE can be written as gamma IB plus gamma ICB naught. Guys, is this clear or any doubts? How I got this relation?
Clear.
So simply just I followed these two equations and I got the relationship between IE and IB. See this? So IE and IB. So IE is nothing but output current. IB is nothing but input current. So here ICB naught is something which is a reverse saturation current. So this is the overall expression which I got for this. Now if we try to plot input characteristics. So input characteristics are between. So tell me, how should I plot input characteristics? The relation is between input current. Here input current is IB versus for different values of VEC. Okay. Next, suppose if I want to plot output characteristics, it is output current. What is output current here?
IE.
IE. So IE versus output voltage is VEC for different values of input current, which is IB. And base current will be in the range of microamperes or milliamperes. Base current will be in microamperes. IC is milliamperes. IE is also milliamperes. So suppose if I plot input characteristics, it will be like this. So input current, input voltage for different values of VEC. Now let us see. The graph will look something like this. When VEC is increased, what is the overall expression that I got? VCE is equal to VBE plus VBC. So this is the relation which I got. Now I need to plot the characteristics for VEC. I mean for this value. For different values of VBE and VBC, how this graph is varying, I need to check. See it here now. If I take VEC as 3 volt, I'm getting graph like this. If I increase the VEC value, 5 volt. And further, if I try to increase, it will look something like this. So you can understand this better while doing a lab session. Why? Because you are having all these characteristics under lab session. In AE lab, while doing simulation, you can see these characteristics directly. I mean, directly you can vary the values of all the input voltages and current so that you'll get all these output characteristics directly by means of simulation. So once if lab session starts, we shall try to experiment these characteristics once again. But till now, just you try to understand how I got these characteristics. It is simply input current and input voltage for different values of output voltage. Next, you see output characteristics. So output characteristics of CC and CE are same. See again the same graph I'll get. Output characteristics are between IE and VEC for different values of input current. So here input, what is input current here?
IB.
IB. So again the same characteristics. What is the end relation that I got? Output current IE is equal to gamma IB plus gamma ICB naught. So this is the relation which I got. Now initially what my assumption is, suppose if I'm considering IB as 0, so that I'll get IE is equal to gamma into 0 is 0 plus gamma into ICB naught. So this is the relation which I got between IE and ICB naught. So see it here under cutoff region. This is the cutoff region. Okay. Under this point, IE is something which is gamma ICB naught, which is nothing but small amount of minority current will exist. Now what I'm doing further is I'm trying to increase the values of IB. Suppose if I consider IB as 20 microamperes. Important thing is IB will be in the range of microamperes. That's what I'm doing. So IB, if it is 20 microamperes, so substitute in equation number 1. So IE is equal to gamma into 20 microamperes. As this is very small, you can neglect this term also. So now you want the value for gamma. Suppose if I'm considering gamma as 1. So that I'll get IE is equal to 20 microamperes. Okay. How to convert this 20 microamperes to milliamperes? 20 micro to milli. Convert and tell me. 20 microamperes. I want to convert this into milliamperes. How should I do? 20 into 10 power minus 6. So this can be written something like this. 20 into 10 power minus 3 into 10 power minus 3. We know that milli is nothing but 10 power minus 3. So this is 20 into 10 power minus 3 milliamperes, which is nothing but 2 into 10 power minus 3. It is 2 into 10 power minus 2. So simply 2 divided by 100 milliamps. So conversion is very important. How to convert 20 micro to milli? Why I'm converting is here I'm considering for micro, whereas I need to plot the graph in terms of milliamperes. That's why I'm trying to convert micro to milliamperes. Now further you try to increase the value of IB. Suppose if IB is 40 microamperes, again you substitute here, I'll get 40 microamperes. Next convert 40 micro to milli. Next, suppose if I increase the value to 60 microamperes, the relation is linear. That's why I'll get again IE is equal to 60 microamperes. You convert this micro to milli and try to plot the graph. However, the characteristics of CC and CE are same. So there is no need for you to worry about these characteristics. So can anyone tell me the overall relationship between alpha, beta and gamma? Alpha, beta and gamma. This is for common base, common emitter and common collector. What is the overall relation that you have seen? It should contain all the three terms. 1
minus alpha is equal to beta.
Beta plus 1 or
Plus
only
1.
beta? Okay.
Plus 1.
Is equal to?
Gamma.
That's it. Suppose if I'm giving beta as 100 and I want you to find the value for alpha, how will you find?
100 plus 1 is equal to 1 minus 1 by 1 minus alpha.
Okay, beta plus 1 is equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha. So this is 101 is equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha. 1 minus alpha is equal to 1 by 101. is equal to alpha. So in this way, you can find all the other parameters if you know a single parameter. Suppose if beta is known, you can find these other two parameters. If alpha is known, other two parameters can also be found. So this is beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. This is the relation which I got for beta. Suppose if I add beta plus 1, I got 1 by 1 minus alpha. So be perfect with these relations. This formula is enough for you to solve any kind of problem. Generally, they will ask for 2 marks, or else long followed by one problem. So mostly problems will be based on these relations. Okay. Now you tell me overall relations of CE, CB and CC. Just you tell me the end expression which I got for CB, for CE and for CC. Yes. I'll call the random numbers. Rule number 10. Rule number 25. Rule number 25 is not responding daily. I don't know what's the reason. Saujanya. Or else rule number 305.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You tell me the end expression that you got for CB. IB does not exist, so relation should be in terms of IE and IC. Yes, tell me the expression.
IE is equal to
What is the output current? Is it IC or IE?
output current. IE.
IE, common base. This is N, this is P, this is N. Emitter, base, collector. This is output part, this is input part. Now you tell me at least. IC, yes, tell me. IC is equal to. What is the amplification factor in common base?
Alpha.
Okay. So IC is equal to alpha into IE or IB?
IE. IB.
Okay. IE. If it is common base, there won't be any base current. Why? Because it is connected to ground. Next. Plus, what is the reverse saturation current?
IC B naught.
Correct. Next, rule number 3. Rule number 3. Rule number 4, Nitin. Five.
Yes, sir.
Yes, then you tell me the relation for CE. So it should be between
Yeah, IB plus B.
IB and IC. Your voice is very low.
IC is equals to
Hmm.
beta IB plus beta plus 1 IC B naught.
Beta plus 1 IC B naught. Next, rule number 14. Expression for
Yes,
IC.
sir.
What is output current in case of common collector?
IE is equal to gamma IB plus gamma IC B naught.
Gamma IC B naught. So these three relations are enough. So please make a note of this 3 end relations. So in order to find these relations, we have seen all those characteristics now. So we have plotted input characteristics and output characteristics for all the 3 types of configurations. But among all these, mostly we'll make use of common emitter configuration. Why? Because it can be used as both current amplifier as well as voltage amplifier. So in further concepts, generally we'll make use of only CE configuration. We won't make use of CB and CC. So CE is very important. So it can be used as both current as well as voltage amplifier. So next, parameters. Let me go the numbers. Rule number 17. Rule number 17. Okay, I'll mark absent for Saujanya. Next, 19.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you tell me what is dynamic input resistance for CC? Yes. What is Ohm's law? What is Ohm's law? Guys, without knowing these basics, it will be a bit complex for you to understand because we have already completed unit number 1 and we are doing unit 2. So without knowing these relations, again, you'll feel a bit complex while solving the problems and writing theory also. Next 21.
Sir.
Yes, can you tell me what is dynamic input resistance? First, you tell me Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? V equal to I into R. At least you remember this, man, because without knowing this, you can't even write the KVL within the loop. So without knowing this basics, you can't do anything with the subject. Okay, in third unit, it will be very complex for you to write because from half of the unit number 2, again, we need to write KVL for each and every loop. In the next concepts only, you need to write KVLs for all the loops and you need to find the relations. So at least you need to know some of these basics. Next rule number 23, Sampath. Sampath.
Sir.
Yes, Sampath, tell me what is dynamic input resistance? I've given the formula also. Just you tell me how to write. I want resistance. So how can I write R is equal to V by? Hello.
Sir.
Yes, tell me R is equal to V by I. What is input voltage and what is input current in this diagram? This is CC. What is input voltage? What you're doing then, Sampath? So if you are doing like this, I'll give separate assignments for each and every student, those who are not responding. Wait, let me mark. So Sampath and rule number 19 also. Next number 24.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me the relation of dynamic input resistance. How should I write? Why you are so confused? See, there is only 3 configurations: CE, CB and CC. Common emitter means emitter is connected to ground. Okay. If it is common base, base is connected to ground. If it is common collector, collector is connected to ground. Okay. Now you tell me what is input and output in this? This is input, it is output. So input is base, output is collector. So I'm asking for resistance. So I know that V is equal to I into R. This is Ohm's law. I want resistance. So R is equal to V by I. What is input voltage?
B by C.
VBE by IE.
Hello. Hello.
रोल नंबर 44 क्या हुआ?
सो रहे नींद में से उठे।
सर ब्रेक लेने गए, आधे थोड़ी देर में।
अच्छा सर ब्रेक लेने गए। अच्छा अच्छा सही है सही है। फैसल
बोलो
लंबे क्वेश्चंस करा।
क्या?
लंबे क्वेश्चंस करा।
हाँ कर रहा हूँ।
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes sir.
There is some network issue. Just give me a second.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sorry guys, some network issue. Okay.
It's okay,
Is
sir.
it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You tell me what is input and output in case of CB.
Input current is IE, input voltage is VBE,
Okay. So
output
input
current is
resistance is
VBE by IE.
okay. Next, output
Output is VCB by IC.
VCB by IC. Next, input in case of CC.
P
Yes. Voltage
VBC by
VBC.
by
IB
okay. Output
is VEC by IE.
VE by IB.
okay. So we are done with input resistance and output resistance. Next, alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha is for
Common base.
On base.
okay. Alpha is for common base. What is output and input currents? IC by
IE.
IE.
next beta. Beta is for common emitter. Output current is
IC by IB.
By IB.
next gamma for CC.
IE by IB.
IE by
IB.
that's it. Once if you're familiar with this all these expressions, you can solve any problem. We're done with parameters also. Next, here is an important concept: bipolar junction transistor as an amplifier. What is the amplifier? What is amplifier?
When we give weak input, the amplifier amplifies
Strong.
the signal.
Strong output.
So simply I'll get strong output. If I provide input which is weak, it will get amplified and I'll get strong output. This is nothing but amplifier. And how should I use transistor as an amplifier? What is the initial condition?
J1 should be in forward bias and J2 should be in reverse bias.
Okay, and it will operate in which region? I mean saturation.
Active region.
Okay, so it operates in active region. Totally how many regions are there?
4.
What are they?
Active, saturation, cutoff, reverse.
Reverse.
Saturation and cutoff. So only you can see this 3 regions, whereas 4th one we won't use. It is rarely used. Reverse active something which is not at all used. So generally we'll make use of this first 3 conditions: active region, saturation, followed by cutoff. Now, by seeing this diagram, can anyone explain what is the modification that I did? Here, what is this VS? Is this AC or DC?
AC.
AC.
It's AC. And where is DC then? For amplifier, what you have said, input should be forward biased and output should be reverse biased. So for biasing, are we using AC or DC? Yes. What you have said is correct. Input J1 should be forward biased and J2 should be reverse biased. Till here, everything is fine. So this biasing potential, is this AC or DC?
AC.
This is simply battery. So battery is AC or DC?
DC.
So DC.
AC.
So I'm making use of DC in order to make it forward biased and reverse biased. Then why I'm applying this AC here now? I should apply only DC, right? Then what is the use of AC?
Sir, because the amplifier should amplify the weak signal to strong signal, so maybe because of that there should be alternating current.
That's it. So amplifier, suppose if you take some live example like audio amplifier. So generally if you are speaking, so is it analog or digital? No, I'm talking something. Is it analog or digital?
Analog.
It is analog. Okay, suppose if I want to transfer it to your end, suppose if this is me and if you are the audience attendees, I'm telling in the form of analog. How you are able to listen? Is it in the form of analog or digital?
Digital.
Digital.
You are listening in the form of digital.
Analog.
So I'm teaching via MS Teams, right? So
Yes.
my speech is something which is analog in nature. Now how you are able to listen? Is it analog or digital?
Analog, sir.
You are listening in the form of analog only. Then what about this digital? Where I got this concept of
If
digital?
we see and we tell.
So generally you'll talk with your friends by using mobile, right? In every mobile you can see microphone. What is the use of microphone? What is microphone? It is simply transducer which converts one form of energy into another form. So once if you talk in analog, I mean speech signals are simply analog in nature. In order to transfer it via some medium, this has to be transferred in the form of digital, right or wrong? Guys.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you repeat?
How this conversion is done? So if I'm talking, it is in analog in nature and it is transferring via digital, and again you are listening it in the form of analog. How this is happening? Here A to D conversion is done and here D to A conversion is done. A to D means analog to digital conversion. D to A means digital to analog conversion. So this is a process which is happening now, right now. If I'm talking in analog, it is getting transferred digitally, and again you are able to listen this in the form of analog. And for that, conversion is done. A to D and D to A conversions are done. Okay. And how to convert this analog into digital? In the starting class, I've told you how to convert analog to digital.
Quantization.
Okay, quantization is one point. Before that, initial. What is analog? It is continuous in?
Which is time and amplitude.
Okay, it is continuous in time and continuous in amplitude. Directly, can I convert this analog to digital?
No, we have to convert it into discrete and then digital.
Correct. Then what is discrete?
Sampling.
Correct. It is sampling. Sampling is done. Here,
Quantization.
Quantization is done. Discrete. It is continuous in time and continuous in amplitude, or what? Discrete means?
Continuous in time.
Discrete in time and continuous in amplitude. Sampling means vertically I'm slicing. See it here. Okay. So it will be discrete in time and amplitude is always continuous again. Next, what about digital?
Discrete is in time.
And discrete in
Amplitude.
So please make a note of these three statements, which is very important. How will you convert analog to digital means I need to do sampling first, followed by quantization. If sampling is done, analog signal is converted to discrete. If quantization is done, this discrete will be converted to digital. And how communication is taking place means in this manner: A to D conversion followed by D to A, or else you can consider this as transmitting end, this is receiving end. Okay, so amplifier. Generally, if I talk something in mic, the endpoint is something which is speaker. Yes or no? So here input is I'm giving it via microphone. And output you are receiving it in the form of speaker. So speaker is nothing but an endpoint device through which you are able to listen my audio. And between this amplification is done. Right or wrong? So what is the speaker here?
Yes.
Speaker is something which we call as load. So generally in all the rectifiers and all those concepts, you have seen that load is nothing but RL. Right or wrong? This is nothing but resistive load.
Yeah.
So load can be anything. So here I'm considering load as speaker. So speaker is something through which you are able to listen my voice. So between this, it has to be amplified. So generally input is something which is sinusoidal in nature. So simply AC, and I'll get amplified amount of output at the speaker end. And who is doing this amplification?
Amplifier.
Amplifier is doing. What will be happening internally? Internally, what is happening? See, suppose if input is 5 volt and this is minus 5 volt, and if I'm getting output as plus 10 volt and minus 10 volt, what is the amplification factor? What is the amplification factor when input is 5 and output is 10? Amplifier. I'm giving input which is 5 volt peak to peak. This is 5 volt and this is minus 5 volt. Whereas at the output I got plus 10 and minus 10. What is amplification factor?
2.
Correct. It is 2. So simply input multiplied with amplification factor is something which will give the output. But generally this amplification factor is generally DC in nature, whereas input is something which is AC in nature. So at the output, see, suppose if this is a DC and AC is superimposed on this. AC is superimposed. AC is superimposed on DC. Why? Because I'm considering DC as 2 volt. So that when input and the DC factor, if they are multiplied, I'll get amplified output, which is nothing but AC in nature. Okay, this is nothing but an amplifier. Input multiplied with amplification factor will give the output. Now you tell me here, see, this is the input which I am applying, AC. And what is the condition for amplifier? Junction J1 and junction J2. This should be forward biased and this should be reverse biased. Why? In order to use it as an amplifier under active mode. Clear till this? What is amplifier? AC is superimposed on DC, or right, it is superimposed on DC, or else you can consider in this manner also. Input multiplied with some amplification factor will give us the output. So here example is input I'm considering as microphone, and what is load? Output is
Speaker.
speaker. So in this way practically you try to learn so that it will be easy. See here I made use of CB. If I'm using CB, this is N, this is P, and this is N, and this is AC input which I am applying between these two terminals. From here to here I am applying AC. Then what is the need of this DC? This VEE and VCC? What is the need of this? DC is for biasing. Why should I bias? In order to operate transistor in active mode. In order to operate transistor in active mode so that it will function as an amplifier. Once if it is functioning as an amplifier, next I can give directly input which is AC in nature so that I'll get amplified form of output. Samyukta, can you repeat why I'm using both DC and AC in case of BJT as an amplifier?
Yes, sir. DC is used for biasing because the transistor it should amplify the signal from low to high.
Okay. So once initial condition should be maintained. That's it, right?
Yes.
So here biasing is done and here also biasing is done. You can consider this as J1 and this is J2. this arrangement is only done in order to use transistor as an amplifier, that is to operate it in active region. Now the actual concept comes here. Here AC input I am giving. Why? Because I want to amplify this so that I'll get amplified form of output. Amplified output you'll get. So all these concepts we have seen under CE, CB and CC. In order to use transistor as an amplifier only, we have made it forward biased and reverse biased. You can use anything. You can use CE, CB or CC. Here, for example, I made use of CB. Instead of this, you can use CE configuration also. So CE configuration, again, same thing. Here you can apply AC input so that I'll get amplified form of output. And what is this concept of faithful amplification? See here, there is a term called as faithful amplification. What is the meaning of faithful amplification? What is clipper? Clipper. What is clipper?
It cuts the unwanted portion.
So unwanted portion is removed. Okay. Then what is meant by faithful amplification? Faithful amplification is something here output should not be clipped. See, suppose if this is the input I'm giving 5 volt peak to peak, I should get 10 volt peak to peak at the output according to our example. But suppose if I get output something like this, is it okay for you? See, like this. In this, which one is faithful amplification? Case number 1 or case number 2?
First one. First
That's
one.
it. Simple concept. First case is called as faithful amplification. So the meaning of faithful amplification means output should not be clipped. Whereas you see here, this portion is clipped. This should not happen. So by means of clipper, this is clipped. So always I should get faithful amplification at the output. I mean output should not be clipped. That is the meaning of faithful amplification. Always this condition should be met while using transistor as an amplifier. See, this is an important doubt everyone will have. What is the use of VEE connected in the circuit? What is the use of VEE or VCC? Tanvi? What is the use of these two biasing potentials?
To convert it into DC.
Convert? What is the use of VE and VCC? General concept. You forget about this input and output. You tell me just what is VE and what is VCC in the previous concept that you have seen.
It is used for biasing.
That's it. It is used only for biasing. Why biasing? To operate transistor as?
Amplifier.
That's it. To operate transistor as amplifier, just for amplification conditions, I'm using this. Whereas the input that is to be amplified is something which is AC in nature, that should be applied at the input so that I'll get output. So generally everyone will have this doubt. Why? What is the use of VEE and VCC? Even though I'm applying input, which is AC in nature, what is the need of this? Okay, so for better understanding, suppose if I remove those external biasing potentials, then what will happen? See, I'm considering common base circuit only now, but I won't bias the circuit. So without any biasing, directly I'll apply the sinusoidal input. Then will I get amplified output?
No.
Why? See, suppose you consider
Because it's
yeah, tell me.
to work as an amplifier, it should be connected in forward bias and reverse bias. Sir.
Okay, correct. See, suppose if I'm applying positive peak at the input. So here it will be positive, here it will be negative, right?
Yes.
So this is N, this is P, and this is N. Okay, emitter and collector. Now you tell me, during positive half cycle, what is happening to emitter base and what is happening to collector base? Positive. Positive means it will look something like this, positive and negative. Okay. Now is it forward biased input?
Yes.
Negative to positive? Yes.
No,
P
no.
here. Negative to positive terminal and P to negative terminal.
It is reverse bias.
Reverse bias.
It is reverse biased. So suppose if you consider for negative half cycle, it will be like this, negative and positive.
Forward bias.
It will be forward biased. So is AC constant or else it will be continuously oscillating, I mean alternating?
Alternating.
It is continuously alternating. So these conditions are not met. See here, When it is during positive half cycle, it is operating as reverse biased. So once if it is operating as reverse biased, there is no condition for amplifier, right? So it will be keeping on
Yes.
oscillating. So it won't work properly if these conditions are not met. That's why I am making use of DC, which is constant DC, so that always junction J1 is forward biased and junction J2 is reverse biased. Clear with this concept?
Yes, sir.
And what about capacitor? What will it do? I think you have learned this in filters. What is the use of
Charging
capacitor?
and discharging.
Okay, charging and discharging. And what about AC and DC? Which one will it allow and which one it will block? Allows?
Allows AC and block
That's it. It will allow AC and it will block DC.
DC.
So can I use capacitor at the input? I'm
Yes.
doing like this now. I'm connecting capacitor at the input part, followed by I'll apply the sinusoidal input. Now you tell me, will it allow AC or DC?
Allows AC.
Allow AC.
Allow AC. And it is blocking?
DC.
DC.
So always DC should be blocked at the input. Why? Because once if this DC parameters vary, again those conditions again they will get modified. I mean here constant, this should be constant. I mean it should be forward biased and reverse biased. Further DC I should not apply again at the input. That is the reason why I'll make use of capacitor at the input, so that it will allow only AC, which will be amplified and I'll get at the output part. Okay, these are some of the default conditions which should be maintained. So I hope you are clear with why VEE and VCC are used apart from V input. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So suppose if I'm not connecting this external DC potential, if input is varying, obviously those junctions will be automatically, they will be forward biased and reverse biased. So I won't get proper amplification. And what is meant by faithful amplification?
Output should not be clipped.
That's it. Output
Should not be clipped.
So better you try to go through this slide so that you can understand all those concepts easily. I've told you everything here. So simply I'm applying input, I'll get output. So how to find output voltage? What is the formula to find output voltage? V equal to
IR.
That's it. Always Ohm's law is very important. V output is something which is I into R. So what is the current at the output part? IC or IE?
IC.
IC multiplied with RC. That's it. So V out is something which is RC into
IC.
That's it. So this is the general working of an amplifier, and I hope you know these parameters also. So alpha is something which is output current by
Input current.
And what is the use of this delta?
Change.
That's it. Delta is nothing but change. Why? Because I'm using AC. So obviously it will alternate. So that's why change in IC with respect to change in IE. So can I write it alpha IC? I mean alpha AC is something which is change in IC by change in IE. And in the earlier concept, what we have did? Alpha is equal to IC by IE. Is this purely DC or AC?
DC.
That's it. This is purely DC. So alpha DC is nothing but IC by IE. If it is alpha AC, it is nothing but change in current, collector current by input current. So please make a note of these 2 points. He will ask you what is meant by AC amplification factor and DC amplification factor. If it is DC, there is no input present at the input port. If it is AC, I'm applying sinusoidal input, which is AC in nature. And this is a way to calculate output voltage. So as you have said, output is something which is I into R. So output current is IC followed by load resistor RL. Here instead of RL, I am making use of RC. Whatever it may be, no issue. So this is the relation to find. And you know about the relation for IC something, which is alpha into
IE plus IB.
IE plus IB.
No. I'm using this factor.
IB.
So IC is equal to alpha into IE. So that's why I've substituted here RL into IC is something which I can write as alpha into change in IE. So that I'll get output voltage. This is nothing but amplified voltage present at the output. So what is the difference between AI and AV? AI and AV, what is the difference? A stands for amplification factor, which is nothing but gain. I stands for
Current.
V stands for
Voltage.
now tell me what is AI? Output current by
Input current.
output current by input current. In our case, what is output current? It is IC. Input current is
IE.
okay. Next AV, output voltage. Output voltage by input voltage. As this is AC, you can make use of a delta. No issue. If it is AC, simply make use of delta. If it is DC, no need of it. And how to calculate input voltage VI? Input voltage. V input can be written as I into R. What is input current? IE. So suppose if there is one resistor present here, I'm considering this as RF. So that I can write it as IE into RF. Here same thing. V output is equal to I into R. So here IC multiplied with RC. So IC into RC. So I got V out and I got V in. So what is voltage gain? V out by V in. So I can write IC into RC
by IE into RF.
That's it. So this is how you can find voltage. So voltage gain is something which is output by input. See here, output is something which is RL into alpha into IE. The small change is I've substituted IC as something which is alpha into IE. So that after substitution I got it is something which is alpha into RL by RF. Here you can take this as RC also, depending upon the resistor that you use. Okay, or any doubt with this concept?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, here we are taking AC input, no sir?
Yes.
So, in case of voltage, should we consider the voltage like in previous concept we saw it as VB or VC? That should we consider the biasing voltage or should we consider the AC voltage?
For amplifier, you need to consider only AC. Okay. And what is the what is the use of those VBB and VC? Or it can be anything like VBB or VCC.
Biasing voltage.
This is just for biasing only.
Okay, sir.
So in order to operate in that region, these are the conditions. That's it. And rest everything depends upon this input so that I'll get output amplified voltage.
Okay, sir.
So now can you solve this problem? See here, in a certain amplifier circuit, it has been given that input resistance is input resistance. So it is Ri is equal to 20 ohm and output resistance, I mean load resistor. Okay, it is 100 kilo ohm. And what is saying input is something which is 400 millivolt. So if this is an input, so here this is 400 millivolt. This is minus 400 millivolt. So this is 400 millivolt, which is nothing but AC signal that I'm applying between input, which is emitter and base. So you need to find voltage amplifier. So he's asking you to find AV. Assume that alpha AC is nearly 1. So alpha AC value is 1 itself. Now can you solve this? Try to solve. So let me write the values here. So what is input resistance? It is 20 ohm.
20 ohms.
Output is
400 ohm.
100.
100 kilo ohms.
Input is 400 millivolt. Alpha AC is 1 itself. And I need to find AV or AI. I need to find AV. Yes. Can you solve now? Emitter base. So according to this, what is the circuit he is using? CE or CB? CE, CB, CC. What is the configuration that is using? Input is
CB.
applied between emitter and base. So I'm using CB. Yes, try to solve now. So this is a circuit. Base is connected to ground. This is emitter. This is collector. So here input is something which is 400 millivolt and is asking you to find the output. How will you find? First try to find input voltage. I know V is equal to I into R, input voltage. So first I'm finding VI. VI is something which is I into R. So input is already given. It is 400 millivolt is equal to I. What is I? I don't know. So I into R. R is nothing but input. So it is 20. So that I'll get input current. Input current I is equal to 400 millivolt by 12. 20.
20
So I got 20 millivolt.
millivolts.
Next, how to find V out? So is this current input current or output current which I got now?
Input current.
So input current is IC or IE?
IC.
Input current.
Oh, IE.
IE. So I got IE as 20 millivolt. And what he told is he's saying that alpha is equal to 1. What is the relation? Alpha AC is equal to IC by IE. So now I want the value of IC.
So
IC
alpha AC is change in IC by change in IE.
Yes, it is change in IC. So make a delta. Yes, you want to tell me? Delta AC is something which is alpha AC into IE.
Delta IE.
So this is 1 into 20 millivolt. So delta IC. So delta IC is equal to 20 millivolt I got. So I got delta IC and delta IE both are same. Why? Because here alpha is equal to 1. And what is the input voltage? Input voltage is 400 millivolt. This is VI. Better consider as delta VI. Now you try to find V out so that I can substitute directly. Delta V out. V out is equal to I into R. What is output current? IC. This is nothing but delta IC followed by output resistance. So he has given output as 100 kilo ohm. 100 kilo ohm multiplied with delta IC. Delta IC value is 20 millivolt. So 20 millivolt into 100 kilo ohm. Tell me what you got? Delta V out. What is the value? Yes, answer. So 20 into 100 into milli is 10 power minus 3, kilo is 10 power 3. So that becomes neutral. So this becomes. So I got 2000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So voltage gain AB is equal to change in output voltage with respect to change in input. So output voltage is 2000 divided by 400 millivolt. You try to solve this, you'll get the answer. So voltage gain AV. Clear or any doubts with this concept?
5, sir, answer.
Okay. Better you can take any other values also, no issue. So in the same model, you'll get the questions. So it can be CB or it can be CC. Better try to check with the question. If it is applied between emitter and base, you should need to consider it as common base. Suppose if it is between, suppose if it is common emitter. So input will be applied between base and emitter. Check the first term, which is very important. Okay. I think we have discussed BJT as an amplifier and CC configuration also. So once again, you try to go through this because everyone will get confused with this factor. I mean, how BJT is used as an amplifier. What is the difference between AC, and DC, and why DC is not amplified, why AC is amplified. So what is the question for this? What is the answer? What is the use of AC and what is the use of DC in case of BJT as an amplifier?
DC is only used for biasing the circuit.
And AC is something which is amplified.
Amplified.
So what is output? Output is something which is AC superimposed on DC or DC superimposed on AC?
AC superimposed on DC.
That's AC is superimposed on DC. So this is nothing but bipolar junction transistor as an amplifier. So the next concepts are to attain faithful configuration. So what are the conditions? So we shall see all this in the next class. What is the need of transistor biasing? So these are the conditions which we shall discuss in later class. Now you tell me if you having any doubts. Let me. Yes, Samyukta. In last class you're a bit confused, I think. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Have you revised all the concepts?
Yes, sir.
Others? Any doubts apart from rule number 14 and 5? Yes, rule number 44.
No, sir.
So can I ask some questions? Will you answer?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
What is Zener diode? And why should I use Zener diode? Rule number 44. Zener diode. Initially we learned PN diode. Then what is the use of Zener diode?
Zener diodes. I don't remember well.
You don't know? At least tell me what is meant by breakdown.
The breakdown is the in a PN junction diode. Breakdown of a junction is called as the breaking of the circuit, sir, when the excess of voltage, after crossing the limited allowance of breakdown.
So will I get breakdown because of forward bias or reverse bias?
Reverse bias, sir.
Okay. So that's the reason why in this region, in this breakdown region, can I operate PN diode?
Yes.
Yes. Can I operate PN diode in breakdown region?
No.
You cannot operate, sir. It will
It will
be
not operate. Why?
circuit
It will be damaged.
Yes, sir.
So in order to operate within this region, which diode should I use?
Zener diode.
Zener diode.
Diode. And what is the application of Zener diode? Application.
It is used for voltage regulation.
Regulator.
It is used for voltage regulation. Others, please try to revise concepts once again. Unit number 1 is very important. Otherwise, you can't understand unit 2. All are dependent on unit number 1 only. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And Samyukta will ask some questions. Yes, Samyukta, you can ask some random questions so that I'll assign to particular roll number.
Okay. Trick for clipper and clamper.
Which one you want under clipper and clamper? In clipper, you tell me which one you want.
Biased positive clipper.
Okay, biased positive clipper. So Saujanya will answer this. Saujanya, can you answer what is meant by biased positive clipper? Yes. Saujanya. Ahmad. What happened? No response. Yes, rule number 3. Can you explain this concept? What is meant by biased positive clipper?
Unwanted.
Okay, clipper is something which is removed unwanted portion. I know that. And what is this biased and what is meant by positive? What is the trick? So guys, all these are gate level tricks. Directly you can solve any problem by knowing this trick. Yes, rule number 3.
By seeing direction of PN diode.
Direction in case of clipper. Direction or node? Node. So I'll draw one circuit, you try to guess it, whether it is positive or whether it is series or something.
Negative.
First you tell me, is this series clipper or parallel clipper? How to identify? Samyukta, is this series or parallel?
Series.
Series?
Series, sir.
Okay. Then it is positive or negative?
Positive clipper.
Positive clipper.
Okay, rule number 3. It is positive clipper. And what about reference voltage?
Negative V reference.
Negative reference voltage.
It is negative V reference. So simple positive clipper with negative reference voltage. Why can't I call it as positive V reference? What is the condition?
Direction in clockwise should be from positive to negative.
Okay, and I have one doubt. I'll ask you. You clarify. Here this is open circuited. Here there is a reference voltage. This is minus and plus 2 volt. Now I want to find output voltage. Tell me the answer.
0.
Why 0?
Open circuit.
So because open circuit.
Here at the input, I'm applying input, which is 5 volt. Now you tell me, is it 0? Why? Your answer is correct, but justify. Mostly everyone are doing the same mistake here, because if it is open circuited, they are writing output as 0. Then what about this?
No resistance.
Upper line.
Here I'm applying 5 volt. It is minus and plus. Here I want V out. Now you tell me.
Minus 2 volts.
Minus 2 or plus 2?
Minus 2.
This is minus 2 volt. And what is the diode equation? ID. Diode equation. ID is equal to IS into. Guys, it's 12:10, I think. Next class will start for you.
Thank you, sir.
Others, please try to revise once again. In the next session, I'll try to ask you all the questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.